Are you using ChatGPT or other AI tools to plan your Disney vacation? Stop it. Stop it now. I've got 3 good reasons why you should not do that. Let's talk about it. Hi friends, Laura Krumzak here with the Disney Slowdown, and I know AI is all the buzz, and we can use it for all these wonderful things, and we can give ourselves more time, and we can make a better plan, and it just makes our life easier. But what is the real cost? There may not be any monetary cost to you for using these AI tools, but there are definitely other costs. The first cost is physical. Your brain is a muscle. I mean, it's mostly made up of fat, which is a whole nother conversation, but it's still a muscle. And if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. We are in an age where everybody's got supplements for something, and memory has been one of the top ones. We don't want Alzheimer's. We don't want old timers if you don't have the official Alzheimer's. You don't want all of these brain diseases. You've got to use your muscles. It's no different than, you were a college student, you were walking around, maybe you were getting some physical activity, maybe you were hitting the gym every once in a while, and then you go straight into a desk job and you start getting a flat butt. Yeah, don't get a flat brain. Use your brain. The more that you use it for these little tasks, you just continue to sharpen it. I liken this to using a calculator to balancing your checkbook. And everybody's like, what? What's that? Yes, I still do that manually. It's simple addition and subtraction. It keeps your brain sharp. Now, I know planning a Disney vacation is not necessarily a simple task. It can be very overwhelming. But using your own brain power is going to give you a physical advantage in the long run. Maybe not necessarily specifically related to your Disney vacation, but your overall well-being. And I truly believe that in the next 30, 40 years, we are going to start seeing the repercussions of not using our own brain power to figure out these simple tasks. My second reason for not using AI to create all of your plans is because they're not really your plans. There's a process that goes into this planning. You're watching videos, you're listening to other people's experiences. If you're just handed a schedule, and even if you print it out on paper, because technology can glitch, but you're standing in the middle of Magic Kingdom, somebody's melting down. There's way too many people here. A ride breaks down. It's raining. The parade has been postponed. You haven't done any of the legwork to know where's a good place for me to sit down and get my people out of all the people because somebody's going to up and lose their mind. This ride is broken down. Now where do I go? How can I fill this space? Especially if you've spent money and booked lightning lanes. What's around here? Oh, my kid decided they wanted gelato. Where do I get gelato in this whole bubble? There's a lot of things that could go wrong, and more than likely you could have a minute-by-minute plan and everything looks perfect on paper, but you get dropped inside the Disney bubble and you're going to have to pivot. So you're going to want at least a base knowledge of the parks, where to find things, and how to pivot for your family that you're not gonna have if somebody just hands you a schedule and says, here, follow it. So do your own legwork, have some backup plans. Remember what I said, and I always say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it, 3. Just 3 priorities per park. It is so easy to say, oh no, we could ride every single ride, or we could ride half of the rides, or we can get 10 things done in a day. And then you walk away disappointed because maybe you only got 8 of them done. But if you kept your expectations low and you focused on the 3 things you really want to do, then those additional 5 things that you had enough time to do, that's just bonus. Like, that's just icing on the cake. That's something that you didn't plan on, that, wow, that's magical. But it's a mindset shift. If you've got 10 things and we've got to get to this thing and we've got to get to this thing and we have to go here and, oh, this place doesn't have this or they sold out of that, my kids are upset. And then you get to the end of your day, you're exhausted, you're mentally exhausted because you are trying to focus on so many things and get everybody where they want to be so everybody can have a magical time. Does any of this sound familiar to you? Because believe me, I have been there. I don't want you to be there. Learn from my personal mistakes and slow it down. Because at the end of the day, if you had 10 things to accomplish and you only got 8 things done, are you going to be as excited about that if you only had 3 things to accomplish and you got 8 things done? It feels like a bonus in the one category, and it feels like a major deficit and that you didn't get your money's worth in the other category because your expectations were too high. You don't need AI to plan out your 3 things. Just watch some videos, have some fun planning, get everybody involved. I promise you'll have a much better vacation. And my last cautionary tale for you to hopefully steer you away from using AI in your everyday life for simple tasks is because it may be free and easily accessible in our hands, but data centers have to be built in physical locations, taking up land, getting rid of more green space, utilizing a lot of fresh water to keep the computers cool. You guys, this is not a joke. I was reading this earlier today and man, my heart just stopped beating for a minute. They just closed our wetlands for the Google data center in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The data centers that are needed in order to support the speed and storage that's required are massive and requires massive amounts of water and land. Like the wastewater is then routed into freshwater sources. Here's another comment. Artificial intelligence used the same amount of fresh water in 2025 that the entire water bottle industry did. AI also released the same amount of carbon pollution as all of New York in 2025. If people know that they can be more selective of how and when it is used, my hope is that awareness will bring change in regulation. As a resident of Ohio, the Ohio EPA just approved that they are allowed to dump wastewater into our streams and lakes. It's very disappointing. You guys, there is a cost to using all of this technology. My dad was a computer programmer, and I remember going into his work when I was young. I guess he was really like the IT department back in the day. The computers took up an entire room. The air conditioning was constantly running so that you could keep these computers cool. I mean, you have a laptop, right? I do this all the time. I'm working on my laptop and I just have it sitting on the ottoman or the couch. And my husband's like, you've got to let that cool. If you put it on fabric, it's not going to cool properly. You're going to have problems. These data centers that are storing all of this information and they are creating all of these simple plans and schedules and meal plans and workout plans and budget-friendly tasks, whatever, they take up space. They're taking up resources. And I really think this is going to bite us in the butt in more ways than one if we continue to just rely on AI tools to do these tasks for us. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I just really felt like this was something that needed to be said because I don't know that it's out there being said. So here I am saying it. I hope you found this information helpful, and if you did, I would appreciate if you would like this video. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. Also, send this video to a friend who's planning a Disney vacation, and instead of using a real person like a travel agent or doing the research themselves, they're like, I'm just going to ChatGPT it. I really think we're doing ourselves a huge disservice, not to mention, and this is a fourth reason, but travel agents are real people. They're small businesses. We complain about the big box stores squeezing out the mom and pop shops. AI is just another arm of that. Instead of going to someone who's got personal experience and can give us some tips and they can navigate the world that is Disney to help us book our trips and focus on what we need to prioritize, tell us when our deadlines are, we're going to a big box store. AI can do it, right? And then guess what? This person that is working on commissions doesn't get paid. And it doesn't cost you a thing to use a travel agent. All right, so if you're thinking about staying on Disney property or taking a cruise, going on an all-inclusive resort vacation with your family, going to Universal and staying on property, if you don't have a travel agent or somebody that you trust, I've got my girl Daria. I've got her information in the description box below. Reach out to her. Tell her Laura said hi. She will be awesome. We've had nothing but a great experience with her. She's fabulous. She answers all my weird questions. Show her some love. Shoot her an email. Her contact information is in the description box below. Tell her I said hi. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video.